you've been doing this for a long time. I think that you're probably 11 years into your career at this point, and only 18 years old. So
Yeah.
that's pretty impressive. So um, you've had a lot of experience. You've seen a lot of people come up. Is there anybody who's up and coming now that you've maybe had your eye on the past year or so, where you're like, that person's going to be a big star? Like, who's caught your eye?
There's a couple different artists, people that I've seen that I look at and go, they're going to have a big year ahead of them, a big future. I've had the pleasure of working with some artists this year too on the writing and producing front that I've found to be incredibly talented, and one in particular was Grayson Chance. I think he's doing some great things, and we'd written a song, my writing partner and I, and his camp heard it, and he came in and had a few lyric tweaks that he wanted to do, and we worked with him on that, and then he sang the song, and it was amazing. And he's really got such an adult technique when it comes to his singing voice, while still having, I think, the really nice qualities of adolescence as a part of his overall kind of appeal as an artist. And it was an interesting experience. Really enjoyed working with him. I think he'll have a good year. JoJo, I worked with her back in December of last year, and I think she's coming up on a really great year. I see big things for her future because she is so talented, and she's come a long way and been through a lot in the last couple of years, and has a lot to talk about. And I think the world should get ready for that.
I think there was also a video posted recently of you in the studio with Mario. Is that correct?
Yeah, I did some work with Mario. We wrote like a really cool kind of R&B baby face sort of jam. And I'm really excited for people to hear. He's incredibly talented, and he played me some of his record, and it sounds great. It sounds like a classic R&B record, but with kind of new twists on it, and he's really doing his thing in that sense, and excited to see what the future holds for him as well.
Cool. So in addition to finding the next superstar and also working with some current up-and-coming people, you have a couple of other things that are going on. I know that you're going to be back on the theater stage pretty soon.
I will be. I had the opportunity to do Les Mis over in London over the summer last year, and then to be a part of the 25th anniversary of that show in October was incredible. But I'll be going back in August to be a part of Hairspray, the Hollywood Bowl, which should be a really amazing experience. When they asked me to be a part of it, I was thrilled. The first thing I could think though was, will there be any dancing? I need to get my dancing shoes ready, which is not something I usually do. But I've recently actually really enjoyed some dancing. I went out salsa dancing with some people, and I loved the experience. And so hopefully I can infuse some of that into my Link Larkin. But it should be fun.
And Link Larkin, I mean, I'm sure a lot of your fans know that's the character that Zac Efron played in the movie Hairspray.
Yeah.
So, have you played in Hairspray before? Is this your first time actually being a part of that show?
This will be my first time being a part of that show. It's a great role. I just watched the movie again to kind of refresh my memory, and I'd seen the original movie many years ago and loved it. And then, when the new one came out, I checked it out, but then I watched it again on a long flight, and it's a great movie. And it's such a great show, and the music is so incredible, and the message overall is great. And I think that's what really attracts me to it. And as I do more theater, I think it's all about finding projects that seem like the right fit. There are a couple projects in the works right now, kind of here in New York, that if the timing works out and if it feels like the right thing, I might find myself doing. And so I'm just sort of playing that by ear and hoping that whatever's right happens. And it could be a really exciting year in that sense.
At this point, what takes more focus for you, doing a 2-hour rock show or being a part of a theater crew and doing multiple theater shows?
I think they're too different to compare, really, and I feel like when it comes to touring, you develop this community with the touring family, and you spend every minute with those people, and it really does become a family. And then, in our case, it is a family. But it's a lot of fun, and I've enjoyed each tour that we've done. And I feel like after 6 years of solid touring now, I feel like we're all in a place where we're kind of taking on these individual endeavors and really enjoying that experience. And I think theater, in that sense, is sort of a way for me to be in front of an audience every night and enjoy being in front of the fans, while still learning a lot along the way, and also developing a community with the people you're in the show with. But basically recreating something every night, and you know what you're supposed to say and when you're supposed to say it, where you're supposed to be, but it's different every night. And it really is all about adapting, and it really teaches you a lot about yourself.
And this is going to be at the Hollywood Bowl, is that
Hollywood
correct?
Bowl,
On
yeah.
August 5th to 7th.
Correct.
Okay.
It's only a quick little run, but I'm so blessed they asked me to be a part of it. The cast is amazing, and I'm sure we'll have a good time up there singing and dancing and telling this story.
Great. Look forward to it. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, be sure to go online right now and get them if there's any left.
I don't have my tickets yet. I need my tickets first. I have some friends that want to come, and I'm like, I don't even know if I have tickets for the show yet, but we'll figure it out.
Okay. And, we're going to get to the Twitter questions, but one thing that everyone wants to know is what is your plan for new music, whether your own music or you're with your brothers, or have you thought about a new album, or have you thought about actually, or are you just working behind the scenes now?
Well, at the start to this year, I really met with the team and I said I want to make writing and producing my main focus this year. After, about 5 years of touring and releasing records with my brothers and enjoying each moment of that, I felt like it was kind of time for me to take a step back and sort of do all this from behind the scenes, and really kind of work with other artists and enjoy that experience. And as far as plans go for me as a solo artist to release any music, I'm not really sure. I'm excited for my brother Joe and his record coming out. His single's just out, and it's amazing. I love it, and the record as a whole is great. Mm-hmm. And I want that to have the proper window it deserves. And so I feel like that is a conscious thought in the back of my mind. But if I start to feel like I want to go back into artist land anytime soon, there's so much music in my heart, that I'm willing and excited to get it out there and hopefully make a great piece of art.